Welcome back. Today's Tanya, chapter 39, for Wednesday, the 7th of Nisan. You can follow me on. You can follow this. Follow the text in the Chayenu, which can be found on page 71. Chayenu can be found on page 71. Let me just connect it. Okay. So, overview of chapter 39. This chapter discusses the difference between serving God with an intellectually stimulated love and awe, versus an instinctive, natural one, and the corresponding spiritual sphere to which they reach. So intellectually reaches one place, the instinctive, natural one reaches another place. In today's lesson, the realm of Yetzirah, welcome Mr. Zeller, welcome Pinchas. In today's lesson, the realm of Yetzirah is primarily emotion, whereas the realm of Bria, when you say Yetzirah means formation, the world of formation, is primarily emotion, whereas the realm of Bria, the world, which is the world of creation, is primarily intellectual. Angels reside in Yetzirah, in the world of formation, while tzaddikim can rise even higher to the ladder, which is the world of creation. In the previous chapter, the Alter Rebbe explained, chapter 38, the Alter Rebbe explained why our sages compare the performance of a mitzvah to a body and one's kavanah in performing the mitzvah to a soul. So the actual mitzvah is, the rabbis compared it to the body, and the kavanah of the mitzvah, the rabbis compared to the soul. He stated that kavanah, a mindfulness intention, can be classified into two categories, analogous to the two classes of creatures which possesses a soul, animals or men. So meaning your mindfulness, your intent, can be on a level of an animal or can be on a level of a man. The higher level of kavanah is the higher level of kavanah, the higher level of intention, mindfulness, is that created by an intellectual appreciation of godliness. So you come to it, that's the higher one, intellectual appreciation for godliness. Upon contemplating God's greatness, a love and fear of Him is born in one's heart, which translate into a desire to cleave to Him. So that's something you initiated on your own, you contemplated, you concentrated, you came into this understanding of the greatness of God, and that led to your love and awe to cleave to God. This desire in turn motivates one to fulfill the Torah mitzvahs, and since you have this great love to God and you want to cleave to Him, so how do you cleave to God? How do you connect with anybody? By doing what they like, what Hashem would like us to do. He likes us to do Torah and mitzvahs. This desire in turn motivates one to fulfill the Torah and mitzvahs, since they bind him to God, and this motivation is the kavanah in his fulfillment. So what is he thinking about? What does he contemplate when he does a mitzvah? He wants to connect to God. Such kavanah, such intention, mindfulness, born of reason and produced by one's own volition, meaning you created it, you generated it, you initiated it, is analogous to the soul of man. So meaning it's a higher one, the intelligent being who determines his action by choice. That's free choice. You could have think about something else, but you chose to contemplate about the greatness of God. That contemplation led you to develop love to God, and that love is motivating you to do what Hashem wants from you, which is Torah and mitzvahs. So why are you doing Torah and mitzvahs? To cleave to God. The lower level of kavanah, the lower level of intent, is that which stems from an arousal of the soul's natural instinctive love and fear of God, such kavana is comparable to the soul of an animal, which is ruled by its natural instincts. So that's not something that you contemplated, you initiated. You're using the reserve, you're using something you already have. The Alter Rebbe now opens, and that's considered instinctive and compared to the level of animal. So the Alter Rebbe now opens chapter 39 by stating that for this reason, the angels who fear and love God, by their very nature, they didn't have to work on it to fear and love God, that's their nature, are metaphorically called animals, because the way they serve Hashem is not by choice. They didn't initiate this love; it was born. They were born to it. It was given to them. So mipnei ze gamkin, and for this reason, the malachim, the angels, are called b'shem chayus uvemus. We see it in davening. V'fanim v'chayus hakodesh. They are called chayus, which is our non-domesticated. Behemoth is domesticated, but they're in the realm of animals. Kedichtiv, bringing the prophecy of Yechezkel, ufnei arya layamin, the image of the lion to the right, ufnei shor masmoil, and the image of the ox to the left. You see, using animals terminology to the angels. Why? Because they don't have a free choice. That's why we're using animal terminology. And their love and fear is natural to them. So it's written in part of the Zohar that is attributed to Moshe Rabbeinu. It's called Rabbi Menashe, the faithful shepherd. So it's written over there in Parshas Pinchas, this concept of that the angels don't have bechira, don't have choice. And therefore, that's why the level of the righteous are higher than the angels. Why? Where is the abode of the tzaddikim? The abode of the souls of tzaddikim is in the world of creation. And the abode for the angels in the world of formation. And over here there's a note. We're dealing about the general angels, stam ordinary angels. But there's superior angels, higher angels, that are also in the world of creation. And their service of God is intellectual one. Meaning, some angels do have, according to this, some angels do have choice. Over there in the Rabbi Menashe, a part of the Zohar attributed to Moshe Rabbeinu, it says that there are two types of Chayas HaKodesh, two types of angels. Instinctive, Tivim is instinctive, Vesichlim is intellectual ones. And this is also written in Eitz Chaim, Moshe Kosu B'Eitz Chaim. So the abode of ordinary angels, however, is in the world of Yetzirah. And they are lower than the souls of Tzaddikim, whose abode is in Bria. The Alter Rebbe now explains how intellectually created love and fear are related to Bria. And instinctive love and fear is connected to Yetzirah. Why do you say that the intellectual love and fear is associated with the world of creation, and instinctive love and fear is associated with the world of formation? That's what the Alter Rebbe is going to discuss right now. The difference between them, what's the difference between the world of creation and the world of formation? In the world of formation, what radiates there is the attributes of the infinite light of Hashem. But within the infinite light of Hashem, there's many levels, and what I would say radiates within the world of formation is the attributes of God, emotive attributes of God. What is there? Avosi ufachdo, his love, his fear, and so on. It's written Tikkun Zohar and Eitz Chaim, the writing of Rabbi Chaim Vital, the disciple of the Arizal. The six spheres, the six midos, Chesed, the six emotive attributes, Chesed, all the way to Yesod, from Chesed to Yesod, from kindness all the way to the foundation. The six spheres nest in the world of Yetzirah. That's where they're nesting. So there's a little bit of a commentary on this subject. I'm going to try to go through it. Four partsufim. There are four countenance, four images, four faces, configurations of spheres. There are four faces, four configurations of the spheres of Atzilus. The world of emanation radiate in the four worlds. Atzilus, Bria, Yetzir, Asiyah. A world of emanation, world of creation, a world of formation, and the world of action. One partsuf predominates in each world, representing the manifestation of godliness in that world. So everything comes from Atzilus, four configurations. But in each world, you have one that dominates. One partsuf predominates in each world, representing the manifestation of godliness in that world. So this partsufim, what are these configurations that we are talking about? Number one is wisdom. Number two is understanding, bina. Number three is the small image, the Zeir Anpin, which is the six midos, the six attributes, from chesed all the way, from kindness all the way to the foundation. And the fourth one is sovereignty, malchus, sovereignty. So in Atzilus, in the world of emanation, chokhmah, wisdom, is the dominant parts of the dominant configuration. Atzilus is, the world of emanation, is pervaded with the atmosphere of utter self-nullification before God. For chokhmah, the wisdom, the dominant influence in that world, represents the perception that Ein Sof is one alone, and there is naught besides him. There's nothing, Einoid Milvado, there's nothing beside him. That has to do with the world of Atzilus. So the dominating configuration in the world of Atzilus is wisdom. In the world of Bria, in the world of creation, also called world of the throne, Bina is the dominant parts of understanding, is the dominant configuration. Bria is therefore a world of intellect. The souls and angels of Bria, as we said before, there are some angels that have love and feel motivated by intellect. So there are some souls in Bria, unique. There are some angels, unique, higher angels that are in the world of creation. So the souls and angels of Bria are distinguished by superior intellectual appreciation of godliness. Superior intellectual appreciation of godliness. That's what we're dealing with in the world of Bria. Yetzira, the world of formation, dominated by six midos, six attributes, which together constitutes the parts of Zeir Anpin, one major configuration, which is emotive attributes. We call it Zeir Anpin, the small image. It is therefore a world of emotion. The creatures of Yetzirah serve God with great emotional intensity, because they are coming from there and they are dominated by emotion. The last one, Asiyah, the lowest world, is dominated by the configuration of Malchus. God's attribute of sovereignty evokes subservience in his subjects. Therefore, in our service of God in this world, the emphasis of this world is on accepting the yoke of heaven. Kabbalas El, accepting the yoke of heaven. This is the emphasis of this world, not emotive attributes, not intellectual, not wisdom. The emphasis is Kabbalas El, accepting the yoke. And if you see in Chassidus, you see it time after time after time. Bitul, Kabbalas El, accepting the yoke, is the main thing. So the Torah, to return to our subject, midos, the emotive attributes, are the dominant influence in the world of formation, in the world of Yetzirah. This is the work of the angels, the service of the angels. Tomid, constantly, Yomim v'layla, day and night. Lo yishkoit, they would not stop. Lamay, to stand be'ira v'fachad, to serve Hashem with awe and fear and dread of God. V'ainu kol machni Gavriel shemasmol. You have the camp of Gavriel, the entire host of angels associated Gavriel, which is on the left. Left represents the attribute of Gevura, of severity, which evokes fear and awe. Therefore, all these angels stand in constant fear of God. And then you have the host of angels under Michal, the Sar Shel Chesed, the minister of Chesed. Michal, on the other hand, is love of God. They stand in constant adoration of godliness, adoration of godliness, corresponding to the midah of Chesed and so on. The two camps, one is Gavriel, one is Michal. Maybe we can say that it was Beis Shammai, Beis Shammai were always strict, associated more with the severity, and Beis Hillel more with Chesed. They will always try to find leniencies and tries ways to permit things, to purify things. So, in the world of formation, you have the dominating power, which is emotions, and these individuals will be, you'll see the emphasis of how they serve Hashem with emotional intensity. So, because midas constitute the dominant configuration, partzuf in Yetzirah, the service of the creatures of Yetzirah constitutes or consists of emotions. Have emotions. When it comes to the world of creation, which we said before is the primary abode of the tzaddikim, the world of intellect, which is the wisdom, the understanding, the das, the knowledge of the infinite light of God shines in this world, in the world of Bria. The world of Bria is the mekoyer, the source of the emotive attributes, also the mother for the emotive attributes. Because Chokhmah is the father, wisdom is the father, Midos is, Chokhmah is the father, Bina is the mother. The union creates emotive attributes. Father and mother create the emotive attributes. So that's what it says in the world of Bria. What does radiates in the world of Bria? The world of creation, wisdom, understanding, knowledge of the infinite light of God. They are the source of the emotive attributes and the mother to the emotive attributes and the root for the emotive attributes. It's written Tikkun Zayah. Imay lo, the supernal mother, mekaneno betlas firun bechusayo. Shu oilam abriya. It is written Tikkun Zayah, the Imay lo, the supernal mother, the Sephira of Bina, the manifestation of Bina, described as mother of the world of Atzilus. Nest, where's the nesting is done, radiates in the throne, meaning in the world of Bria. The throne is always a reference to the world of Bria. The three Sephiros of Atzilus, Chokhmah, Bina, and Das, are nesting where? In Bina, in the world of what we call understanding. And therefore, because the three spheres of Chabad, Chokhmah, Bina, Das, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge of the infinite light of God radiates in the world of Bria. It is therefore the abode of the souls of those tzaddikim, the righteous. Those who serve God with fear and love, with fear and love, that stem from understanding and knowledge of God's greatness. So they serve Hashem with intellect, serve Hashem with their intellectual, they utilize their intellect to understand the greatness of Hashem, and therefore it leads to avah, to love and fear of God, which ultimately leads to them, motivating them to do more Torah, more mitzvahs, and so on. This love being called the Reuso de Libo, the heart's desire created by intellect, as opposed to desire transcends intellect, as mentioned above. Reuso de Libo, the heart's desire created by intellect. Umeruso de libo, and from this desire created by intellect, nasa levush leneshama b'olam haba. Now you have created a levush, a garment, to the neshama, to your soul in the world of creation. Shehu, what is the world of creation? That's Gan Eden Ha'elyon. That's the supernal Gan Eden. There's the lower Gan Eden, the upper Gan Eden. The upper paradise is in the world of creation. The Zohar, Parshas Vayakhel, explains this concept. The lower Gan Eden, the lower paradise is in the world of formation, and the higher Gan Eden, the higher paradise is in the world of creation. The takeaway from today's Tanya: there are many heavenly realms, many levels. That of angels and that of righteous men, etc. Ultimately, the heart and soul we put into our actions will determine the spiritual effect that will happen to the physical when performing the commandment. How much you are going to influence the world, how much you are going to impact and affect the world. It all depends on how much on the physical and the spiritual that you're putting into the mitzvah. How much you were meticulous about the mitzvah and how much kavanah did you put into it. Bruchim Tiyu. We'll continue with another short video on the Parsha and Geula and Yaakov. See you soon.